Hey everybody, welcome back. We're stacking good performance after good performance. Now, no wins, but good performance after good performance. You know what the last episode reinforced for me? Is scaling above all else is the most important characteristic. Give me a 2-3 in here as well. I'll be a determined doggy. Roof, roof. I got a determined buttocks, too. What's it determined to do? Take a poop 3 seconds after drinking my morning coffee, brother. What do you think? Scaling above all else. We first game we played that was ranked, we were tied for second, third. Me and the other non-stands, Andy, got eliminated on the same round. Second round, I was pleased with myself. We were a clear second place. We could not find a way to get past, I forgot their name, Turd Nugget, something like that, to get to first, but still, we were proud of ourselves, nonetheless, weren't we, folks? Early Garlic basically can't be defeated. Rip you if you go up against me. It's simply not fair. I understand that. Unless you have a lemur yourself. So, if you have HP as you enter the end of the game, keep in mind that these games tend to go longer than arena matches. You're unlikely to take a team worse than your opponents to like a lucky 10th win, even if you're, or to a lucky victory, even if your opponent's on 1 HP. You have to invest in scaling, at least for this weekly. It's like the right time to do the pivot is one round earlier than your opponent commits to the pivot, but certainly not any later than they commit. Because if you commit too late, you're screwed, and if you commit too early, you're gonna lose too much HP in the process. I'm gonna sell you. I'm gonna take an otter. I'm then gonna take a mandrill. I'm just thinking about this. Odd Feint, break friendly, tier 2 or lower toy. It only breaks in the shop. But this allows us to pivot to like a radio build. Yes? You also have a Feint trigger now that I think about it. It's tempting. It's tempting to run a salamander here, but with no melon, I feel like it can be bested by more efficient units at the very least. These bulldogs are scaring the you-know-what out of me, but we got through them before they got a chance. I'm still feeling fantastic up here. I know the early game. I don't know what you want me to say. Give me a lemur, please. Or anything else that can create a toy, but I don't think there are any. I'm not willing to do it this turn, but... So I think that... Holy... Boosh. Double garlic is interesting, but I want to experiment with this radio team, man. Like, what if we run level... we run a mandrill at the front with the level 2 radio. It's going to give 2 HP to every unit when it dies. It doesn't seem nearly as good. We could pill a mandrill in the shop to have it break the radio early and get the rewards. That doesn't seem good enough. I think you're just here as a 3-4 Andy who looks like he's straight chilling. Maybe I'm wrong. And you're a Feint trigger, which is nice. I mean, this team, you can't hold a candle to this team. In the early game. In the late game, I can't speak for that, okay? All I'm going to say is you want me on your F1 team taking the qualifying lap. I'm not sure you want me taking the pit stop, but you want me taking the qualifying lap. So I still think garlic is the way. I think we straight up sell you and run a hippo in position 2. It just seems like it has the potential to get crazy strong. Roll on that one. Interesting. We haven't run like a head empty tropical fish scaler in a while. So it's me and Clark here. Clark's got an interesting squad. A seahorse to shuffle some lads. Oh, and Anthony. Don't forget about Anthony. Also running a lemur, a worm, which might be long-term scaling potential that I'm sort of looking down upon. I like where our team stands. I mean, you're going to be a 9-10 with garlic. and then you're a 4-5 hippo with garlic, which might not seem like that much, but it's only round 5. So, like, I mean, you can see the stats of the units in the shop. I definitely feel like we're in a pretty comfortable position. Anything could happen. You could lose this round, but, like, you'd have to go up against a really, really good team, I think, for that to be too likely. Not even close. Anyway, friendly toy breaks, resummon it, gain +1 attack. I mean, that's the kicker, I suppose. But, like, we definitely... Does that only work in battle? Because it seems insane that I could just resummon this toy in the shop. But if it works that way, obviously I'm going to be very happy. I don't think you're going to get 2 triggers out of it. You might as well just stack the lad on top. And maybe, I mean, no, that's not the right time. Yeah, go for it. Okay. I still think our team is very good. You're going to be a little worse. But that's maybe good because it gives us a chance to pivot off of you. Some people on lethal. Remember, what's our goal? Obviously, winning would be nice. I'm not trying not to win. Like, I'm not shooting for second. But I think the way that I play the game is still, like, pretty arena-pilled. Like, I'm out here farming up wins that may or may not be meaningless and going, hee 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 hee. I'm on my hee hee arc, right? That's a strong lad. A strong Andy, if you will. A drawable Andy, okay. When we should be focused on having the best team possible, like, at the end of the game. Let me just... It breaks. The squirrel says, forget that. We go again. I love to see that. Buff me. Buff me. You haven't had a chance yet. But you're scaling. You're scaling. So we take those. And you know what? If scaling's the be-all, end-all, we need permanent scaling. Okay. Now, the lemur can go. The lemur can get out of here. You need to figure out what's... And you know what? It depends on the order of this, because the bison may not fit into our plans. The frilled dragon can go, the lemur can go, and the groundhog can go. You run the squirrel, and you run the garlic presser, you run the hippo, and we get a couple scalers out here. We get some, maybe like some skunks, which we had the opportunity to get earlier. We took something else, right? We took the hippo. We get some skunks. We get some cats. Meow. We get some... I don't even want the penguin. I think it's too slow to get it this late. What else do you roll alongside that? Moose. Moose, cat, skunk. We didn't get the capybara wave either. It's too late, though. And I'm not sweating it. Honestly, we're looking pretty nice. Keep buffing. Keep buffing. That's fine. It is what it is. You've missed your chance. The future is now, old man. Next round is moose. What's my dream scenario? Level up a hippo with chocolate. That gives you a cat. Sell the lemur. Take a cat. Sell your frilled dragon and groundhog on subsequent rounds, finances allowing. And get more cats, get a moose. Maybe get a skunk, depending on what the shops present. So we've had one eliminated. Hang on. Clark Key. Okay, so they're running like the A/B test of what I was trying to run earlier. They're running that like... It's not an orangutan. They're running the mandrill builds. I think we just eliminated somebody else. Sorry. Honestly, with God as my witness, I think I've gotten insanely lucky on our shops, quite frankly. So I'm not saying I'm the best to ever do it. Sell me, buy me. Chicken's an interesting idea, right? I don't think it's... the reason I don't think it's the way is because I haven't lost to it yet. I will completely admit to being... that's unfortunate. To being a reactionary Andy when it comes to super auto pets. The squad that... No squad will ever be as good as the squad that just beat me. And then when I roll that squad, and then I get beaten by the squad that I was rolling that got beaten by that squad, and then I lose to that squad, I immediately go, I knew I shouldn't have changed. I should go back to that squad. Okay, this Shambi, he's got me all shook up. I'm no longer as shook up as I used to be. I mean, we're sitting at 8 trophies. 5 wins. And we've got future scaling potential. Run me. 4 all round. Sure. I don't mind sending a penguin out there if we have to. I would rather send a moose for the future. Now, here's a question. 2 1/1 buffs or 2 4/0 buffs, plus the efficacy of a 2/4. I think I have to keep you around to possibly give me a tier 6 next time. I'm going crazy mode. I'm going meow mode. He's meow posting. Let me look at my opponents that are still left. We got scorpions on some of these squads. You're built to go up against me. Big unit, then scorpion, with a sniper as well. Well, I already spent my money. True. What if we really... we don't have any feint triggers. You shouldn't be at the front anymore. You should be at the front. You should be at the back. Eat the crocodile shot if you go up against that guy. I understand you only have 5 HP. It's not like Garlic's crushing it on you, but it is what it is. I think it's actually a pretty good time to acknowledge the best thing we could do is probably feed not the hippo. Because if we keep feeding the hippo, we're very susceptible to skunks. That's just a better team, quite frankly. Anthony 95. I wasn't even looking at you the whole time. But luckily, there's still people alive. So I don't have to go up against you just yet. Big scorpion's an interesting idea. But first, frilled dragon me. Okay, we sell frilled dragon. Well, we don't have to sell yet. But we buy Highland cow. Sell frilled dragon. Buy scorpion and run at position 3. Buff cat. Meow. And possibly embrace that this round is another potential loss. But we're getting our scaling engine in place for the future. More like a moose would go crazy. I think we could sell scorpion, run moose, and just focus on buffing and leveling the Highland cow. How we look in here? Let me see. I think your scaling is too slow. You scare me a little bit. Scorpion, lion. I mean, these are some strong animals, and a level 3 hippo can just blow you out if you're not paying attention. Shambi, lots of scary units. You might clear us too. We might be fading faster than I thought we were here. We're fighting a freaking clone this match. What is this, Alice DJ? Do you think you really want a clone? Sorry, we knew this was potentially coming. They got eliminated, man. And I'm fighting their clone, losing HP. The lad got eliminated. Friendly toy repeats its ability. Not as relevant as I would need it to be here. Trust me, I'm very appreciative of all the distributed foods we're getting out here, even if they're not going to the right units, in my opinion. Oh, you get faded when you don't have triggers remaining. Good to know. Now, Anthony's team's looking real scary. I don't even want to look at the teams. Just lock in, okay? Because obviously my analysis is irrelevant. But we've still only lost 2 games. Somebody is clearing us, but 2 people are on lethal. We're in a position where we could perform well again. It seems, because we're in the top half, I think we're gaining rating points depending on the ratings of our opponents. For some reason, it's not being reflected in the ranking screen. I would really love to see what percentile I'm in right now because I feel like I'm playing pretty darn good sap. You killed me. Okay, Anthony rinsed me again. Unfortunate, but somebody else got eliminated, so I move up a position nonetheless. More than anything else, we really need... you don't need to level. You need to level. We need defense. Now, let me just get this straight. If Anthony's running... Was that not Anthony? I'm like, how did we get sniped? How did our scorpion die? Maybe it was... What's going on, man? It was Anthony. How did our scorpion die? Oh, lionfish is different now. Deal 4 damage to 1 random enemy. Repeat for every 10 attack this has. 14 attack. It seems likely to me that our Scorpion doesn't have the survivability to be what we need it to be in this matchup then. In which case, I would love to run a Snake. I want defense, please. We're not going to get it. Instead, accept that this could be another loss, though it pains me a great deal. It makes me very aggrieved. You don't need to level up. We just need defense next turn. At least that's way more trumpets, and if we could just get the cat actually popping... We're so back. We're so rinsed. Yep, we're so rinsed. Okay, I need... I need Anthony to beat Clark next round. But that's not going to happen because I'm going up against Anthony. Forget the Snake, brother. It's foods. You need... This is one of the foods we need, for which I'm very appreciative. It didn't hit the right unit. That's life, brother. Pretty much the same situation. If we're going up against Anthony, he's got at least a 34 HP Andy at the front. Am I crazy to think that this might be the only order that gives us a chance? You gotta try. If I'm third, I'm third, okay? It is Anthony. Anthony has also shuffled this position, and in the process, ruined my life. Okay, well played, you guys. You got me, okay? We gained 6 ranking points. Third place. Still, I'm third of 8. I'm not going to cry. It's my best Teamfight Tactics performance of all time. Can I see what my freaking elo is, man? Why does it say 1500 weekly? Weekly ladder. Custom ladder? Standard ladder? You're top 25%? I haven't even played any standard, man. I'm only playing weekly. Apparently in standard, I'm 1513. I don't know. Anyway, we simply put, we don't have time to do another versus. So we'll just play a quick arena on the weekly pack. With what we've learned, you know? I do feel like I was doing some good work. I mean, a tied for second and third, a clear second and a clear third, that's a pretty good performance considering these are out of 8s. I would have loved to have gotten a win. Be like a witty pant or something. That seems like an item you could loot in Borderlands or something like that. Honestly, I was a little, thanks for the shuffle. I was a little concerned about ranked mode because I talked about it on stream today. I hadn't played it, and I asked people, like, how do you like ranked mode so far? And if this is you, I apologize, but it's in true gamer fashion. The replies were like, they ruined everything that made SAP great. But I think as I've played, your team is me but stronger. I've played Versus before, so I kind of know what I'm getting into in Versus. You know, you're playing a different game. You survive early and thrive late. Not that obviously I haven't mastered it based on my performances so far. Hang on, one thing we learned this week: Squirrel goes insane. Even if we don't have a toy, we will have one eventually. We'll be stoked that we do. You should be in like position 2 because you need to attack faster rather than later. You can be at the end for now. I'm not worried about you leveling. If we get a lemur, all of a sudden we got like garlic for the rest of the game. If we get a... hang on. It's so drawable. If we get a... hedgehog, we ignore it. If we get a toucan, I was going to say, we can also pass the garlic around. But in order to pass the garlic around, first we got to freaking... You know what I'm saying. Okay, go ahead. We need this lemur. Okay, I'll buy it. I mean, the stats are stats, man. But I'm not getting goated shops anymore, and now I'm scared. I think the other thing that I'll say about Versus, it's never been my preferred format. But I can certainly see the value now, because I feel like I've learned a lot about the meta of the week just from playing the Versus. And now I think that the secret is like, just don't get, you know, where normally we would be like, okay, now the real Versus begins. We've got 4 life and it's round 11. That's where we cut. That's where you take your 10th win and you get the heck out of town. I'm sorry to say, I don't see you making it much further. I do see the tropical fish doing something for us. I certainly see a lemur being important to a degree, and we're definitely taking garlic because no other garlic exists this week. Now, you could take a peacock, okay? In fact, it's a 4-6 peacock, so I think you do take a peacock. That means that with this squad, you could either dump the lemur or you could dump the otter. I think you dump the otter, even though its stats are great. Maybe this is versus talking, but this peacock is now, my prediction is that barring something crazy happening, like getting a lot more capybaras, this peacock with garlic is our potential path to 10. Now, much like versus, it might not be a straight line diagonally from the bottom left to the upper right, but just work with me. You can also get crazy scaling. Double otter is mighty tempting. I mean ox. And maybe I'm too much in versus mode for focusing so much on the late game here instead of just trying to get to 10. Maybe in trying to straddle 2 different game modes, I will be the jack of all trades and the master of none. Just relax for now. I still think the squad goes crazy. And remember, we have like infinitely replaceable garlic, even if we sell the lemur. I'm trying to keep the lemur around to get level 2 garlic, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Those are both very useful. A second capybara, I think, goes crazy. I would say you've done what you could do, lemur. Roll one more time. Of course you could send out a tamarin. Of course you could send out a doberman. But we already have something that I think is kind of sick for the time being. So what's the next step? You can never be content with current step. We got to start asking, what's the next step? Good question. Keep buffing your peacock. Tropical fish doesn't have to be here. You give 2-1. You give 1. And you've got, a 6-13. Those are crazy stats. Why does it sound like the start of Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg when he does that? Does it sound like it's about to go da-da-da-da-dun-dun? With so much drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard being bald EGG, but I, somehow, some way, keep coming up with funky ways to roll 9 times every single May. I lost it. We got the Vivek Ramaswamy flow again. I'm sorry. You should take some kind of buff here. Because, the flying squirrel is on the squad forever. Because it's garlic itself. Even though it would have been better to have a cucumber on it because it's already gaining some attack. No! Scorpion! Scorpion! Fire of fires! How dare you? Smart play. Though it annoys me, I gotta say smart play on that one. Why don't you get buffed so you scale faster, even though you're not much of a scaler? Certainly seems like Boar could kind of go sicko mode. But we should buy it after we roll it. Oh, hello. We should buy it after we roll once to at least get the buff if possible. We have to do it like this. Rip to the manatee buffing the peacock, but some buff on our boar is essential. And this is anti-scorpion tech. The boar is kind of like a hippo. And honestly, it's tough to say. I feel like we might want to try to maximize either our boar's chance, what a shot, to get to level 2, or a real scaler. But one way to get a real scaler is you just give me a cat here. And I meow, meow, meow. And I meow, meow, meow. Okay, all joking aside here. You're going to take 5 damage. Get sold then. And we'll run a skunk and a roll. I'm very much okay with this. I think a skunk's going to go crazy. This squad is not that amazing, but we're building a squad, I guess, like, in comparison to my typical setup, we're basically trying to build a squad that goes insano mode to grind out wins from, like, round 12 and later. With what we know, it may be possible to build like the ideal late game squad. Like, the capybara has served its purpose. I'm going to keep it around for one more round. And I was looking to see what we got from the shop. We know, because we've been bested by it in the past, that a snake goes crazy. I mean, we know because we played the game for, like, you know, a certain length of time as well. Of course, we know that a snake goes crazy. Hey, you got the strongest squad I've ever seen in my life, okay? You go to versus, go to ranked, get out of my arena. You're gone. You're here. Now, what's the problem? You know the problem. Don't joke with me. Don't jest with me. We have none scaling left beef. So we have not built the optimum late game squad. We built like a suboptimal mid game squad. But hang on, we're cooking nonetheless. So what goes crazy in the late game? Highland cow plus a scaler, which would probably require selling the snake and the boar. Are we going to lose too much selling the boar to get the Highland cow out there? Possibly. Well, here's the thing, brother. We don't have a cat. Until we have a cat, I don't think I should really concern myself with the Highland cow. I can keep it frozen for a minute, but I just don't think we have enough. If I'm being honest with you, I'm just not convinced we have enough scaling in our lives right now to stand like a genuine chance of winning this one. Holy cow, what a win. Now, I could be wrong. At some point, it's so tempting to take that, but I just need to... we got to try to get over the hump. Wait. Don't give a stake to this lad. Give a stake to this lad. We're on 7 wins. It's round 14. We have none scaling. That's a real issue. You might be like, why are you so annoyed by your present performance? Well, I wouldn't... Okay, that's just crazy. Styled on me. It's just, I felt like I knew the keys to the kingdom, but then I was not presented with an ample opportunity to take advantage of the keys to the kingdom. Like, I mean, it's just how it goes sometimes. I guess I should just accept that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you simply don't see a scaler. And you know what? Maybe we're doing the best we can in a sans scaler world. Boar getting KO'd. Not on my bingo card. Oh! We'll take number 8. I would love to get to 10. I mean, 8 is still decent, but... Come on. Don't embarrass me. I think at this point we have to go all in. We're not gonna outscale any scaling teams by pivoting at round 16. We simply have to take what we can get here. This would be a miracle. I mean, we played pretty well today. Even if we end up on the other side with 0 doves, I still feel like I can hang my head in whatever the opposite of shame is. Okay, that was a little shameful. Either way, we got 8. I don't know what I clicked because that's normally where the exit button is. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with more versus. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.